life. And now I'm gonna save myself 200 bucks and we're gonna see if the tin top will start. But turn on the ignition key. That's a good sign. Oh my goodness, it's alive. All right, we just had to get it out of the sun. So I jumped in it, fired it up, and I got reversed, but I don't have any forward gears. But it set so long. I had a guy come over, maybe a year or so before, and service the transmission. And I did notice, over the years that it had developed a little spot underneath it, and I didn't do anything to it. So I'm sure the transmission is just low on fluid, that's it. This one never had a problem with any of the transmission stuff. So anyway, got it over in the shade so we can get a little more stuff done. All right, so we're just scuffing up and resanding this top a little bit here. We're gonna put another coat of black on it, and then we're gonna seal this bad boy up. So that's what we're doing. All right, so you can kind of see it. Seal the top up. 2 coats of clear. It's kind of satin clear though. I don't really want that glossy stuff. So, and I still might do a wet sanding over this to dull it up just a little bit more. But anyway, top's all done. Okay. Okay, and then here we're jamming now. So we're doing the jam, and then I just put a sealer on this one. So there's your little satin sealer on that. Not super glossy. Hopefully it'll tone down. But what I'm doing here is I'm just trying to see if this tape, this blue pinstriping tape, how it's going to react underneath this clear. So that's what I did. This is just a little test corner back here. That's all this is. And clean that up. So I wanted to test a corner and see what it did. So, okay, so we're kind of getting there. All right, so we're about to jam this out a little bit. Then we're gonna put our final coats on here. And then we're gonna pinstripe that. And we're gonna clear it. So, and up here on top too. So, anyway, just trying to keep footage of everything we're doing. So. All right, we're just gonna continue on jamming this out now. There we go. Oh, there's a little light down there. All right, so what we're doing here is we're getting ready to seal this. We're gonna put a clear on it. And I'm doing a real light sanding on it with 1000 grit. Getting it ready, getting the surface ready. What this is doing is getting the paint to lay down that we put on it. Because if you remember, there's a lot of paint on this hood. I don't know how many times we've done this and we've tried different patterns and those kinds of things. But I think we finally settled on this right here. So this is a big area. If you're doing this with a rattle can, this is the focal point of your whole project right here. So you want to take a little time to make sure that this one is right. I mean, as far as a large area to do at one time, the top is certainly larger, but no one can see up there. So this right here is critical. This tells you who you are, is what this is going to do. All right. So there's that right there's 2 coats, and I'm really tempted to put on a third one. So if you'll notice, you can see some streaking. That streaking, when this dries all the way, that streaking will be gone. So you can see in it here, see it? But as all this begins to as all these chemicals in the clear begin to what's the right word? Yeah. All right, that's 3 coats. Might do something else here. Might put on another coat, and you might buff this out pretty good. So after this, we'll let it dry. Maybe tomorrow, the next day, we'll come out and we will cut and buff. Okay, so we'll take probably 1500, 1800, and we'll do a little quick wet sanding on it. It's called color sanding. And then we'll get out the rubbing compound and the buffer and some wax. See what we can make this thing do. Okay? All right, here we go. All right, so all this overspray and stuff, we're paying a little bit closer to attention to detail now, and we're taping off these front marker lights. So we're about to get this painted up, and then we're gonna wet sand this fender, and we're gonna clear it and seal it. So this door has already been, we just wet sanded it. So now we'll do some touch up, and then we'll tape it and clear it. There you go. Actually, now that I got this camera on it, that looks a little bit light right there. I'll come back and do it. Let's look at this one. That looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Yeah, so there we go. Let it dry for a second, take the tape off. All right, so let me do this a different way. All right, so here we go. So say, this is where 2 pieces meet. This piece and this piece. And you can see right here, even after the clear, it was able to shrink and pull back a little bit. So I can get away with that. And it did it on both sides, so I can get away with that. So now this door has been wet sanded, and we have the pinstripe laid on it. Then what we did is when we sanded areas and it revealed a little black or a little color from underneath, or we had sanded too much off, then we went back with a rattle can and just touched up those spots. So like here around this edge, we had to redo that and redo that. So, oh look, oh, this phone really likes this color, because that's a major run and that's a major run, and I think you can barely see it. So fortunately the camera likes it, we're gonna go with it. So anyway, so now we're gonna wet sand this one. This should be dry. We're gonna wet sand this, and then we're gonna seal both of these. So, okay. All right, so there we go. That's 3 coats on the door, 3 coats on that front fender. So, but it's a different when you're painting a flat surface versus a vertical surface. So, see, this one's going up and down, so you got gravity pulling that paint. You're more inclined to get runs and stuff. So you got to move it a little bit faster. But by moving it faster, what you end up doing is fogging it a little bit. Whereas like on the hood, you just, it's a flat surface. You can open that hood, crack it up, an inch or so, level it out, and that paint will just sit there and lay there, and you can put on nice and thick and glossy and clear. But because this is vertical, you got to move faster, or this whole door would be one giant run after another. So when you do that, what you end up doing is you end up fogging your last pass, because you're moving too fast and you're not putting enough clear on, because you can't put too much clear on because it'll just start running. So, but like this small area right here wasn't so bad. You can see how we got the shine here, and this is shiny too. You just can't see it as well because there's no sun out today, so I got nothing reflecting, or that tree would be shining right off that. So, but anyway, so this is going to have to be rubbed out to get this to lay level again. So, and that's fine, because that's just going to even everything out, because you can even see back here how it's nice and shiny in here, but there may be, like maybe in here might be a little bit flatter spots. So we'll rub all that out. So anyway, Okay, off to the next side. Sand door, wet sand, circular motion. All sanding, lots of sand. But the better you prep it, the better your results are going to come out. But again, no, this is not a show car. And, you know, it's not going to SEMA. And we're going to go very first trip, and we're going to scratch this door all to shit. Probably put a big ass ding in it somewhere. But, you know, at least people maybe be learning some things. And this is a lot of work. It's a big project, so if you don't have the time to mess with it, then I don't recommend you mess with it. So, and even though this is rattle can, you might think that you're saving money, but you're not. You're really not. When you look at all the cans of clear and all the cans of this twisted copper, so you could probably have bought a gallon of paint, a gallon of reducer, some hardener, some fisheye prevention, and you could have got a nicer job and a nicer result. But you would have been even more disappointed when you take it out to the field and get it all thrashed. So anyway, you can actually get you a nice single stage paint. You don't have to do base coat, clear coat, which is essentially what this is, because we're using flat colors. So we're using flat colors and then we're clearing over the top. So essentially, if there's such thing as a rattle can two-stage paint job, I suppose this would qualify. But you can get you a nice, cheap, durable, hard urethane enamel single stage, you know. Come in, do your body work, hit you with some sandable primer, sander smooth, get you some sealer primer, hit some primer with a sealer primer, and then hit it with your color. And it'll be a lot cheaper. And the quality would probably be a little bit better, but in this particular case, put on way more paint. Put on way more paint than you normally would with if I would have used my air guns, my paint guns and stuff. So, but I just wanted you to see that if you're a guy on a budget, or a young guy, or somebody just tinkering around, and everything we do, we want to be able to do in your standard 2-car garage. That's what we want to do. We don't want no big shops. We don't want to cheat, you know. Ooh, look at my shit. Yeah, and you got a nice factory behind you. We're talking about the regular guy from home, you know, with 2.5 children, and a dog, and a damn goldfish, you know, and all he's got is his garage and some limited tools that the normal homeowner would have. He can go out here and do this in his driveway, you know, in a few weekends, you know, all this kind of stuff. And that's what we're looking for. It's just, you shouldn't have to break the bank to go fart around out in the desert, or out in the woods, or out in the mountains, or go camping, or go hiking, or go exploring, or go plinking, or something like that. You shouldn't have to go through all that. It shouldn't cost, you know, 80 grand for a new vehicle, or these ridiculous side-by-sides for $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, and then you need a trailer and a big-ass truck to pull it. I don't get it. Some people get it because there's a shitload of them out there, but I'm not doing it. There's no way in hell I'm going to mortgage my house just so I can have a toy that I need a truck and a trailer for. Not going to happen. So, yeah, kids need college education. So, anyway, we'll keep going. Okay, and there we go. This side's done. 3 coats on that. And this door came out actually a little bit better, but I tried a different technique on it. So, there's our blue pinstripe. Or thin blue line bullshit. There you go. So, all right. And you can see this hood from what we did yesterday. So, it's still doing okay. Got a little shine going. And we brought the rest of it in. Very nice. Yeah, I think that's gonna work out just fine. Okay, I want to do this tailgate one more time. So I gotta put the pinstripe, the blue pinstripe up there. So there'll be the blue pinstripe will come across the top here. I'll take all this shit off and I'm gonna put another coat of clear on it, since I only used 5 cans of clear and I bought 6. So there's gonna be some touch up somewhere. But anyway, now it's starting to kind of look like an actual road car. So okay, now you can kind of see the deal with it. Top's all done. A bunch of stuff fell onto that tree, center of the tree last night. But now you've got some shine to it. You got some depth to your paint, and it causes it to jump just a little bit more. So, sun broke out there for a minute, so I thought we would come and try to get us a little bit of that sun. So, but now you can see with the clear over it and all sealed up, we've got our blue stripes on it. It's looking really good. So, there we go. So yeah, very nice, very nice. Now you can see how the sun reflects off of it a little bit. I don't know if the camera's catching it. I'm catching it in my eyes. I can tell you that. So, yeah, there we go. Very nice. I like it. You know, for a rattle can, outdoor, DIY, in your driveway paint job, you know, it's just not so bad. And it hasn't even been cut or buffed yet. So, I'll still do that. I might actually do that tomorrow. I could do it as early as this evening. Let that paint set up a little bit. Then we'll cut it. So, might try that. So anyway, just wanted you guys to get a look at it. When we get all done with this, we'll clean it up real good and we'll do like a reveal or something like that. But for those subscribers and those of you that are trying to keep up with this, here we go. So it gets you up to date. So, okay. I think it's a pretty nice ride. It's coming out pretty good. And I think I'm gonna be happy with it. So, anyway, there you go, if you can see on top a little bit. Yeah, there we go. So there you go. Another step done. From here we'll move back into the, you know what, we're gonna do brakes next and suspension and shocks. We're gonna talk about different shocks and different struts for these things and the different lift systems that you can do, and that's gonna be in the next video, okay? So that's what we'll do next, but here we are at this point right here, so stay tuned for next time. Be a good time to subscribe if you haven't already. As you can see, there's just tons of content on this channel. This little channel's growing like crazy, so you know, to get notified, just ring that bell, hit the subscribe button, and we're gonna continue on. You know, join us on these little adventures and our little projects and those kinds of things. It'll be a lot of fun. All right, until next time.